So effectively, if I have to share my thoughts, what India should do one thing to get it right today, to lead, not just participate, the global 6G era. I think the while the participation over the years in 3GPP has gone up, but still it is staying at the tech experts level. We need to strategically participate more in the global standardization bodies like 3GPP, take up Indian innovations uh, uh, with platform like TSDSI. Uh, the early engagement of researchers community towards standards is must because that is where your innovations and IPR could be converted into standard essential patents. So effectively, the researcher community and the industry, more and more industry, Indian industry should participate utilizing TSDSI access to 3GPP and take up the subject strategically more and more. So effectively, if we have India have a more participation, taking up their innovations to standards platform, get their IP included as part of those specifications, and achieving the Bharat vision 10% IPR with a strong participation. So I think if there is a more Indian participation, Indian industries participation happens at TSTSI, and the same participation becomes more and more active at global platform like ITU and 3GPP, I think we will have very higher probability and chances to achieve the government vision of 10% IPR. See, 10% IPR is one aspect of it, but having those IPRs converted into standard essential patents is the ultimate goal which we should target. And I think that is what is missing. On top of it, India has a lot of partnership instruments with various regions, and if I have to share some or few of them from an EU India perspective, EU and India has a Trade and Technology Council in which there is a working group one and where we include the 6G topics. So utilize the partnership instruments like TDC, EU India Strategic Roadmap 2030. Bharat 6G Alliance has a memorandum of understanding with 6G IA. So utilize and capitalize on these partnership instruments to exchange, to do a joint research on the subject of 6G and take up those research into standardization into a platform like 3GPP. The race is won only when we have a unified standards for 6G. Uh, 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 Now we have a 2 year study period. This is the right time where Indian innovations could take a part in these bodies and contribute their research into the standardization. So more and more effective strategic participation beyond the expert attendance is needed from India. And I think the dream is not far, the target is not far to achieve the 10% IPR. Thank you very much.
So the one thing that India can do to become a leader in the 6G era is to create a global testbed for 6G interconnectivity connected to real-life IPX, roaming hubs, and clearing and settlement engines. They can then create those real-life test cases, not just on a local level, but on an international level. Leadership isn't the start of the journey. Leadership is bestowed upon you through your output.
So India has witnessed one of the fastest 5G rollout worldwide, and the 5G adoption is increasing day by day. Um, Now we are looking at 6G, which will come in next 5 to 6 years. Telecom has been inherently IPR protected, where the cost of technology was very high. To increase 6G adoption in India, it is very important that we have indigenous 6G stack. Today, there are a lot of initiative which is happening. Government has pumped in a lot of investment. There is an ecosystem which has been formed, and India is focusing towards creating IPR. With this, we look forward to having a great 6G journey in India.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to be here at the 6G conference organized by Bharat Exhibitions. I'm a partner with EY Parthenon, Amito Jarya, and I lead the telecom sector. Uh, while 6G is still a few years away, but there is a lot that needs to be done between now and when we will operationalize this technology. In order to do that, telcos really need to sort of have a clear roadmap of where we need to be in terms of cloud native AI. Telcos, both from a RAN perspective, transmission perspective, how the edge compute, etc. Everything sort of is interlinked. So as we move down that path, there are a few things that we in India would need to be cognizant of, because there will be more software defined networks and more AI embedded into the networks. India can potentially take a lead in terms of really defining how 6G will be utilized across a multitude of use cases. We have our own digital public infrastructure ecosystem. We have our own research and development centers by the government. So all of this needs to come together as we move forward on the path of 6G and how that can be beneficial to India. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Debashish from GSMA, and I was moderating the plenary panel discussion today morning focused on standards research and circular economy. These topics are crucial for the 6G technology, and not very often we talk about these two topics in the same breath. It is not just important for India to be in the room where standards are discussed, but I'm happy that we are now shaping those standards and guiding the standards body to take India's priorities into mind. About circular economy, it is extremely important that this angle of sustainability is not seen as a retrofit at a later time, but we embed sustainability while we are talking about the standards. It was a very good panel which we had today, and I look forward to engaging with Bharat exhibitions in the future. Thank you.
Welcome to Bharat 6G 2026, and I'm Mahesh Basavaraju from Road Insurers. I work as a market segment manager for wireless communications, and we are at a very crucial stage now wherein 3GPP has laid the foundation for 6G, and starting from release 20 we have now two branches, and study items have been explored now in release 20, which will shape the future 6G. And some of the main key technology pillars shaping 6G would be: one, without doubts, ubiquitous connectivity, which is powered by non-terrestrial networks, immersive communication, AI on RAN or AI RAN, and then the game-changing feature like integrated sensing and communication. These are some of the key technology pillars, and right now this is the right time. Say for example, all these years India has been with the legacy technologies. India has been seen as a consumer of technology, but now is the time to be riding on the 6G wave, as we start with release 20 where we are exploring the study items for 6G. So this is the time the Indian research ecosystem, the startups, those who are creating innovations, ideas, they have to be empowered with research labs, test labs, wherein they can bring their ideas and make it real. And Road and Schwarz, we are supporting you. We are the trusted partners to make your ideas real. Thank you.
Hi, myself Ujjwal Bhargav from 6G Technologies. I am representing 6G Technologies as Vice President Sales. I have been asked this question: what is the one thing India must get right today to lead, not just participate in the global 6G era? So this being, it's been the larger strategic reality about 6G is that it will be likely to won by countries that actually combine the complete telecom infrastructure, AI leadership, cyber security, cloud platforms, and moreover the standards influence. So these are the things which are required to lead the 6G era. For India, the for India there is a bigger thing which India has to lead from the front is that is world's AI driven software brain. which other platforms, other countries are lacking. Say for example China, as per the data it shows that China is investing aggressively in patents and industrial trials, and US has been focusing on chips and AI integration. So the area which is lacking is the AI, which is driven software brain, which can be a very leading force for India to lead in 6G era. And thank you very much for inviting me to talk about 6G, how India can lead. Thank you, Bharat Exhibitions.
India is aspiring to capture the world economic market through digital technology, where telecom network and communication plays an important role. Modern economic development requires different approach which to ensure the circular economy and material sustainability. So present 6G technology required to be developed in a very sustainable manner, where the three verticals, one is the materials, one is the energy used, and finally robust AI based solution to optimize those uses, are the three different verticals one country should focus to actually capture the entire essence of the modern 6G technology. So in the entire space of hardware, we are looking at the modularity, we are looking at the sustainable materials which can be having a low carbon footprint. More products will be seen in the refurbishment and remanufacturing space. Software based, AI based energy optimization and the power uses will be seen. Entire procurement ecosystem in the networking, I am seeing that it will be circular economy based procurement. We will be looking at the digital product passports where the material traceability would be seen, so that optimization of the use of material and the components will be mainstream. We should be seeing the carbon embodied traceability. Also, we are looking at arena where we will be seeing what is the our responsibility for the electronic waste, you know, sustenance, accountability. So all those things will play important role. And finally, the standards in the recycling standard and refurbishment standard, world is going to R2 V3 standard. So those will be also another important thing telecom sector will be embrace. Thank you.